Well, the good Lord shined down on us today. These guys came out. They played extremely tough. They were locked in defensively. It was a great team effort. We knew we were going to have to play one of our best games to beat Louisiana. They're as good of a team as we played in the last 3 years. We beat these guys right here, beat some amazing teams in Ohio State, Memphis, Texas, St. Mary's, and Louisiana's up there with the best of the best that we beat. And so I had the ultimate respect for them. They were the conference champions. They did an unbelievable job this year. Coach Marlin's a great coach, but these guys stepped up. I felt like they were going to. We have 8 seniors on this basketball team. I knew they don't want their season to end. They want to continue to play, and it's a testament to them because they made plays when it counted.
Lafayette, they're a group of stand-up guys. Bryce, Frank, Stove. It's been a pleasure playing against them for 4 years. They're tremendous men, and it was a pleasure to play against them. But to answer your question, yeah, Eric Neal is our vocal leader. He's our point guard. As he goes, we go, and he's always honest about raising our level of intensity, and that's a testament to him being a good leader and getting us going defensively. So I mean, the way we play defense today, I mean, ultimately it comes from him, but it also starts with Eric, and he got us going. So shout out to him.
I've been a pretty good offensive rebounder, but Coach Cross for the game, basically he's just telling us to give it all we got. And that's all I kept thinking the whole second half. I'm dog tired, but that could have potentially been my last college game. So had to give it all I got. I wanted it more.
Additional questions? Go to the third row.
Corey Mose, UTARadio.com. This is for Kevin. Louisiana Lafayette started to kind of back you down with Justin Miller when you had 3 fouls and they were trying to get you into foul trouble. Was that going through your mind when you were trying to play defense?
He's a great player. We were going back and forth the whole game talking, and I kept encouraging him and telling him to stay aggressive. I was in foul trouble. That's something I need to work on is my defense. Coach Cross and Coach Young are always on me about my defensive effort, so I can definitely improve that, and I'm glad I have a chance to tomorrow. But I mean, he's a very good player. He has a bright future, and yeah.
Go to the front row on the left.
You guys obviously in the first half were able to get on a nice little run. Just what contributed to that after missed a couple layups earlier in the half?
We stayed together tonight. That was the main difference. We didn't argue with each other. We didn't get down on each other. We coached each other up and kept going.
Going over to the right in the second row.
Kevin, I talked with Coach Cross about this yesterday, and he said, coming off the bench was your decision. Do you feel like it gives you kind of a re-up going into the game off the bench?
Julian Harris our team we don't have very many players, but the guys who do play, I think we're all talented and we all contribute to the game. So, we have somewhat of a lull coming off the bench, I guess you could say, and Julian is talented enough to start and play with whoever the other team's best player is. So I believe that having somebody who can kind of bring a little bit of energy off the bench and somewhat of an offensive threat, I think would kind of throw teams off a bit. But, I mean, all 8 guys who play, I believe in, I have full faith in, and coming off the bench and starting, I don't really care. I'm just trying to win.
We have time for one more for the student-athletes. Go ahead to Daryl in the front.
I just wanted to ask Kalen again, how much do you think hustle plays decided this game? And also there was a play when the ball was knocked toward half court. If they had gotten that, it might have been a layup. But Kevin came up with it. From your vantage point, just describe that play and, again, the hustle plays.
Coach preaches to us one play can determine the outcome of the game. So that one play, we don't get that ball. I don't get one of those rebounds. They might go down to score. Then they get the next play, go down to score again, and we down by 1. So those 2 plays right there were huge for us because once we got those, it's momentum, and they went in our direction.
Kalen's a very resilient, tough guy. I think he's fully recovered from the injury against App State, and so I wasn't concerned about it at all.
Kevin Foote, Daily Advertiser. Coach, talk about the process of as the year goes on, roller coaster, maybe more losses than you were expecting or wanting, and yet you still have that kind of pot of gold at the end and getting your team to the end, even though maybe you didn't finish as high in the regular season as you'd like.
I think for me as a coach, obviously you want to win a regular season championship. Our guys want to as well, but I don't think that was their ultimate goal because they had accomplished that. It's hard to keep the 8 seniors motivated, especially in practice on a day-to-day basis. I think that's probably where we fell short. the league is so good. Louisiana is such a good basketball team. But I do feel like we have a ton of talent on our basketball team. I feel like when they're locked in, I think we can play with just about anybody in the country. As Kevin mentioned, Eric is our vocal leader. He was locked in as much as I've ever seen any player for the last really 5 or 6 games. He's been absolutely unbelievable, and he is one of the most competitive, determined guys I've ever coached. And I can remember it was actually before we played Louisiana at their place. We just lost to Monroe, and he came in. I was working out in the hotel workout room, and Eric came up to me. He's like, "Coach, what's wrong? Like, what do we need to do?" And I was like, "Eric," I said, we got to do all the little things. We got to be better in practice. We got to, when we're doing shell drill, we need all you guys locked in. I need you being here 30 minutes early, setting a good example. I need you leading and encouraging these guys. I need you running the show and making sure that we run something offensively when we get scored on. And it was like the first time, because these guys have had so much success, I think at times they probably feel like, they know what to do, and but they're still young guys. And I think for the first time, like Eric, I felt 100% bought in. Instead of being maybe 95, 96% bought in, he's 100% bought in. And you can see that in the way he plays the game. No matter what happens, he makes the right play. If he misses a shot, he's going to get it back. He's going to get Hervey a shot. He's going to play defense every single possession. And to me, I think that's been the change in our team as of late.
We'll go to the middle in the third row.
Jeremy Sheehy, UTARadio.com. Coach, you had some foul trouble in the second half, and you had to go really small for a while there with Julian and DJ on the floor. How big was it to get the 3 from DJ and then the and 1 from Julian, while they were out there getting those extra minutes?
It's huge for us. DJ if we just shot 100 3-point shots and, we counted how many they made, DJ would probably make the most on our team. Unfortunately, DJ doesn't have the same amount of confidence maybe as some of our older guys. Kevin and Eric, they just ooze with confidence. So DJ, we have to tell him, DJ, shoot the ball. Like I bet he can make 80, 90 out of 100 if he's just shooting around. I mean, this kid is in the gym, and he's amazing. Him and Julian, they're 2 of our tougher guys, and so they're ready for any challenge. They're going to play great defense. We had confidence in DJ when he took that shot. Obviously, Julian, any hustle play that he makes is huge for us, but he's a great defender. As Kevin said, he does a great job circling in the post. He rotates. He makes it difficult for the opposing team. So those were definitely huge plays. Yes, sir.
We're going to go here in the third row again, on the right.
Coach, 6 of the 7 players who stepped on the court are all seniors. Can you just talk about how that plays a factor and maybe an advantage that you have for having such a leadership-driven team?
I think it does, because they know it's their last go-round. These guys know there's no tomorrow. We're not making the NIT. We're not playing in any of the other tournaments. If we lose, we're going home. Season's over with. They've had an unbelievable career, but we would fall short, and it'd be disappointing. And so those guys have accomplished so much. This was the last thing, and so I felt like we weren't going to lose it by not playing hard. They may hit shots and have a better night. It may be their night, but I felt like our guys were going to give their best effort.
We have time for one quick one on the left.
Yeah, Mitch Holtz of ESPN.
Yes.
Rarely in this business do you get a chance to redo, and now you're getting a redo. How much of this is carried over what didn't happen last year, and now you get another shot?
Well, I think that's a part of it. Our guys, I'm sure they remember that feeling. That was one of the worst feelings ever, to lose to Texas State last year when we had such a great year, similar to Louisiana this year. So this is a second chance. We have one more game in front of us. I know with 100% confidence our guys are going to give their best effort. That's all we can do. We can play with great attitudes, great effort. That's all we can control, and that's where our focus needs to be. We can't focus and control whether we hit shots. We can't control necessarily whether the other team hits shots. We can make it difficult, but the rest, we just got to leave it in the good Lord's hands, and hopefully if we do that, we'll come out on top.